Work-life balance. We all strive for it. But why is it so hard to achieve it? Every day the number of tasks grows. We work more and more, and there is less and less time for ourselves and our loved ones. It sounds familiar, doesn't it? You feel like you're running in an endless race, but in reality, all you need is a pause. A pause to realize balance is possible. Yes, it can be achieved, and in this video we'll show you how. Imagine a life where you have time for everything. You are productive at work, but still have time to relax and connect with loved ones. Sound like a dream. But it can become a reality, and the secret to this balance lies in an ancient philosophy that's been tested over the centuries. The philosophy of Stoicism. The Stoics knew that balance is not about trying to control everything. Balance is first and foremost about being in control of yourself. It's about choosing where to focus your attention and consciously approaching everything that happens in life. We live in a world where the lines between work and personal life are blurred, where work constantly invades our free time, and phones remind us of business even in moments of rest. But is it supposed to be like that? The answer is no. Today you and I will break down a few Stoic methods that will help you find that balance. You'll learn how to properly manage your time, how to let go of excessive control, and how to learn to pay attention to what's really important. These techniques will help you not only become more productive, but also find your sanity. Maybe you've already tried different ways to find balance. Maybe you've set yourself rigid limits, tried planning every minute, but that only added to your stress. The Stoics knew that success lies not in controlling all aspects of life, but in the ability to let go. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. You'll find answers to the main questions: how to let go of unnecessary things, how to focus on what's important, and how, ultimately, to find harmony in this difficult game between work and personal life. This video can completely change your perception of work and life. Learn how the philosophy of Stoicism can help you become more aware and finally find balance. This path is not easy, but the results are worth it. Let's start this journey together. Work-life balance. We often think that it's a matter of proper time management, but true balance begins with awareness. Awareness is the foundation upon which the entire philosophy of Stoicism is built. To find harmony, you must first understand yourself, your goals, and your inner state. How can you find balance if you don't understand what is really important to you? The Stoics said that everything begins with the inner world. Our reality is a reflection of how we perceive the events around us, and if our mind is in chaos, then the whole life will seem unmanageable to us. So the first step to balance is to learn to listen to yourself. Not the world, which dictates its rules, but our inner self, which knows exactly what is important to us. One of the Stoics' main methods for achieving mindfulness is the practice of reflection. Reflection on our actions and thoughts helps us to understand our lives and priorities more deeply. The daily morning or evening reflection that the Stoics practiced will help you see how you lived your day. What did you do right? What did you waste your time on? What could be improved tomorrow? This simple method produces incredible results. You stop living your life on automatic, just doing routine tasks. Instead, you start consciously choosing where to spend your time and attention. This is the first step of balance: conscious choice. This is what makes life more harmonious and manageable. To incorporate this practice into your life, start simple. Every day, set aside 10 to 15 minutes in the morning or evening to reflect. Take a notebook and write down everything you feel. How was your day? What thoughts troubled you? What would you like to change tomorrow? These questions will help you better understand yourself and your priorities. And as you become more aware of your actions each day, you will get closer and closer to true balance. Understanding your goals and being conscious about your life is the foundation on which work-life harmony is built. And the Stoics knew that only through self-knowledge can you achieve peace and tranquility. But mindfulness is only the beginning of the journey. In the following chapters, we'll talk about other Stoic principles that will help you foster this balance. We strive to control everything that happens around us: work, relationships, time. But in this quest for control, we often miss the most important truth. It is impossible to control everything. The Stoics knew this better than anyone. They taught that the main source of stress and anxiety is our attempt to control things that are out of our control. In seeking work-life balance, it's important to learn to let go. To let go of all the things we can't influence. But what does that mean in practice? It means realizing the difference between what is within our control and what is outside of it. The Stoics said, there are things that depend on us and there are things that do not depend on us. This simple realization gives incredible freedom and inner peace. Try asking yourself this question. What do you spend your energy on every day? Perhaps on trying to change other people's minds, or worrying about what your coworkers or boss thinks of you. The Stoics taught us to focus only on what is up to us. Our thoughts, our actions, and our reactions are what is truly controllable. Everything else is noise that is not worth wasting your attention on. This principle frees you from a lot of unnecessary anxiety. In today's world, where society's expectations often don't match our inner desires, we try to conform to everything and everyone. But this is a trap. Trying to please everyone leads to constant inner conflict. To find balance, you need to learn to let go of these external expectations and focus on what's important to you personally. Letting go of control also helps you to be more flexible. When you accept that not everything is within your control, you become calmer in situations that used to throw you off balance. For example, when unexpected changes occur at work, instead of resisting and trying to control the situation, you learn to adapt. This makes you more resilient and ready for any change. Acceptance is not passivity. It's an active decision not to waste your energy on things that don't matter. Instead, you direct it to the things that can really make a difference in your life. This is one of the key principles of Stoicism that helps us find balance in the chaos of today's world. Life is full of challenges. Difficulties at work, problems in our personal life, unexpected obstacles. Sometimes it seems that they will never end. But it is at times like these that it is important to remember that real strength is not in avoiding difficulties, but in the ability to overcome them. Resilience is the key to balance, and Stoic philosophy offers us effective tools for its development. The Stoics taught that hardship is not an obstacle, but an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more confident. When life throws us challenges, we can choose to break down or learn from each challenge. Marcus Aurelius said, "An obstacle is a path." This phrase reminds us that difficulties are not something to be avoided, but something to be used for our own growth. One of the most important principles of resilience is to see difficulties as part of the journey. Rather than resisting or fearing problems, the Stoics urged us to accept them. Acceptance does not mean humility, but understanding that difficulties are inevitable. Instead of wasting energy complaining and regretting, we can use it to solve problems and move forward. But how exactly does one develop resilience? The first step is to realize that any hardship is temporary. Nothing in this world lasts forever, and even the biggest problems come to an end at some point. Realizing this helps you stay calm in times of crisis. The second step is teaching yourself to see difficulties as opportunities. Opportunities to learn something new, to develop new skills, to become stronger spiritually and emotionally. The Stoics also talked about the importance of preparation. They recognized that life is unpredictable and that it is best to prepare for difficulties in advance. This doesn't mean being constantly on alert, but instead it means developing the inner strength to be ready for anything. The mental exercises they practiced helped them prepare for a wide variety of life's challenges. For example, they visualized worst-case scenarios so that when faced with them, they would be prepared and not panic. When you face challenges at work or in life, it's important to remember, you are not alone. Challenges come in everyone's way, but it is through them that we become better and wiser. Every challenge is a chance. And if you accept this challenge with dignity, as the Stoics taught, you can not only overcome it, but also come out of it a stronger person. Next, we'll talk about how to properly allocate your time and energy to avoid burnout and maintain balance in your life. Time and energy, two of the most precious resources we have. But how often do we feel that they are woefully lacking? In the pursuit of success, we can find ourselves in a state of constant stress and fatigue. Burnout is the result of trying to do everything at once, not realizing that our resources are limited. The Stoics taught the importance of conscious time and energy management to not only achieve success, but also to maintain inner harmony. Work-life balance cannot be achieved unless we learn to prioritize properly. The Stoics talked about focusing only on what really matters. But how do we put this into practice? How do you avoid burnout when there seems to be too much to do and too little time? The first step is to learn to say no. In a world where we are constantly being distracted and demanding our attention, it's important to be able to protect your time. The Stoics argued that our lives are the result of our choices. And if we choose to spend time on everything without prioritizing, we lose it irrevocably. But when you start saying no to unnecessary to-dos and commitments, you free up time for what really matters. The second step is knowing how to make time for rest. Yes, it sounds simple, but how often do we allow ourselves true rest? In today's world, we are used to being constantly active. It seems to us that resting is a waste of time. But in fact, without rest, you can't remain highly productive over the long haul. The Stoics understood the importance of recuperation. For them, rest was not a luxury, but a necessity. It's a time for reflection, resetting, and finding inner peace. It's also worth paying attention to how you spend your energy. We're used to thinking that we need to work hard to succeed. But the Stoics taught that it's more important to work consciously. It's not the quantity of effort that leads to results, but the quality of it. If you waste energy on a lot of little things, you won't have energy left for the really important tasks. But if you learn to focus on the key things, the results won't take long. It's also important to remember that our resources are limited, and as much as we would like to do everything at once, it is impossible. The Stoics reminded us of the importance of accepting this fact. When you understand your limits, you begin to use your time and energy more consciously. You stop striving to be everywhere and start living according to your true priorities. Every day ask yourself the question, what am I spending my time and energy on? This simple question helps you become more aware of how your days are going. And if you find that too much time is spent on insignificant things, that's a signal to rethink your priorities. As you gradually get into this practice, you'll be surprised at how much easier it becomes to manage your time and energy. Gratitude. A seemingly simple feeling, but the Stoics gave it great importance. We often focus on what we don't have, on what we want to achieve in the future. But what if the key to harmony and happiness is right in front of us? In the ability to notice and appreciate what we already have in our lives. Gratitude is the art of seeing the value in every moment. In a world where we are constantly being pushed toward new goals and achievements, we forget to rejoice in the present. The Stoics taught us to be grateful for what we have and not to strive for what is beyond our control. Epictetus said, "Don't strive for what you don't have. Rejoice in what you have." This is a simple but incredibly powerful principle. When you start practicing gratitude, life changes. Suddenly, things that seemed self-evident begin to matter. Your work, your loved ones, even your daily tasks become a source of joy and fulfillment. This doesn't mean you have to stop striving for more. It means that you begin to appreciate the journey, not just the end goal. Gratitude also helps us see the world in a different light. Instead of focusing on problems and difficulties, we begin to see the opportunities and resources we already have. It teaches us to be more tolerant of flaws and imperfections, both in ourselves and others. As a result, we become calmer, more confident, and more satisfied with life. It is important to note that gratitude is not a passive feeling. It is an active decision to see the good in every moment of life. It is a conscious choice to focus on what you already have rather than what you lack. It's a deep inner mindset that helps us maintain harmony despite external circumstances. The Stoics also believed that gratitude was the key to inner freedom. When you stop depending on external factors to make you feel happy, you become truly free. You no longer chase recognition or material possessions because you realize that you already have everything you need to be happy within yourself. This gives you an incredible sense of peace and confidence in life. But how do you develop this feeling? One way is to practice daily gratitude. Start small. Every night, write down 3 things you are grateful for. It can be anything from a sunny day to a successful meeting or a warm word from a coworker. Over time, you will notice how your perception of the world changes. Your life will become filled with joy and fulfillment, and this in turn will lead to greater success and harmony in both your work and personal life. The conclusion of this chapter opens our eyes to the fact that true harmony is within us. It is not dependent on external successes or circumstances. It is built on how we see and perceive our lives. Gratitude is a powerful tool that helps us maintain balance and inner harmony, even in the most difficult situations. In closing, remember, gratitude is not just a feeling. It is a way of living that changes your perception of the world and leads you to true success. So, You've learned how Stoic principles can help you find work-life balance. We've discussed key techniques to help you manage your time and attention, how to avoid succumbing to the chaos of the outside world, and how to focus on what's really important. Now it's time to take action. Remember that balance is not achieved overnight. It is a journey that requires constant effort. But if you stick to these principles, you will soon notice how your life will begin to change. You will become calmer, more confident in your actions, and most importantly, you will find harmony between all aspects of your life. If this video was useful for you, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell to not miss new videos where we continue to talk about how the philosophy of Stoicism can change your life. Give us a like if you liked it and share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe you have your own ways of finding a balance between work and life. We would be glad to know your opinion. We will be glad to know your opinion. And remember, your life is your choice. Every day you have the opportunity to make a difference. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness lies in our actions and decisions. So take action today. Start applying Stoic principles to your life and you will see it change for the better. Thank you for watching this video. We are sure that your path to harmony is just beginning. See you soon.